Welcome to the Daily English News program in Azərbaycan Televiziya. I'm İlham. President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, İlham, congratulated the Azerbaijani athlete who won a gold medal at Tokyo 2020 Summer Paralympic Games. In a post on his Twitter account, the head of state said, "I sincerely congratulate our gold medalist, Veli Strafilov, on this convincing victory." According to the agreement on military cooperation between Azerbaijan and Turkey, the servicemen of the two brotherly countries have started joint exercises. The primary purpose of the exercises with the participation of Azerbaijani and Turkish service members is to improve the interaction of units of the two countries' armies during combat operations, develop commanders' military decision-making and unit management skills. The exercises will also include underwater attacks and underwater defense operations. The bilateral joint exercises will last until September 12th. The crew of the Azerbaijan Air Force that will take part in the Turas Falcon 2021 exercises arrived in Turkey, Konya, on September 2nd. According to the press service of the Ministry of Defense, the activities on staff, accommodation, exercise planning and other organizational issues are currently underway to get prepared for the exercises. The joint exercises will run until September 17th. In an interview to the Russian RIA Novosti news agency, Armenian Foreign Minister Arat Mirzoyan reiterated the position of official Yerevan, which is contrary to the traditional international law and reflects territorial claims to Azerbaijan. Head of the press service of the Azerbaijani Foreign Ministry, Leyla Abdullayeva, stressed that by inciting aggressive separatism in the internationally recognized territories of Azerbaijan, the Armenian Foreign Minister openly demonstrates that his country has not abandoned the policy of aggression, so the strategy of peace and security he is talking about is none other than a fake. Quote, Azerbaijan has ensured its territorial integrity in line with requirements of international law, and the time has come for the execution of statements signed by the parties. Understanding this reality is in the interest of the Armenian side, because this country will finally be able to set for the future development and progress by refusing from lies and illusions. Azerbaijan has repeatedly stated that it stands for the normalization of relations on the basis of international law principles. End of quote. UK-based international lawyers have prepared an independent report on the 44-day period of war. The process took place at the initiative and through the participation of well-known Azerbaijani international lawyer Ferhat Mirzayev. A group led by Stephen Kay, a representative of the 9 Bedford Chamber of Barristers, a prominent international criminal law lawyer, visited Füzuli region.
A 100-page report on the war crimes of Armenian armed forces against peaceful civilians in different cities and residential areas of Azerbaijan during the 44-day patriotic war was developed. The report assesses the attacks against peaceful civilians, including those in the second biggest city of Azerbaijan, Ganja, from the perspective of international law. According to Ferhat Mirzayev, international criminal law barrister, the report consists of 3 parts. First is theory, second is visit to Füzuli. Such prominent lawyers and barristers participated here that nobody could cast a shadow on them. The report also gives legal assessment to the crimes committed by the Armenian armed forces during the occupation of Füzuli and qualifies them as deliberately committed military crimes. Following several days after the end of the war, a group of lawyers on international criminal law visited Füzuli region and shared their views on what they saw as an inseparable part of the report.
So the 5 key...
According to Stephen Kay, international criminal law barrister, they witnessed that the attacks had been against peaceful civilians in the 5 residential areas they visited, because these areas were the areas where a lot of people and families lived. Some of these families were the IDP families who had been expelled from Nagorno-Karabakh and tried to resettle in other regions of Azerbaijan. They witnessed the destruction of their houses and met the people who lost their loved ones, children and parents. They saw that houses once inhabited by people no longer existed. The main goal for the development of this report is to draw the attention of the international community to the next attack launched by Armenia on Azerbaijan on September 27th and the consequences of this.
We spoke to Nadir Gurbanov, who is the...
According to Drea Baker, international criminal law barrister, they went to Gashalti, where they saw that the house of the Gurbanov's family had been destroyed. They talked to Nadir Gurbanov, who had lost his spouse and was the residents who rushed for help after the attack. Since Nadir, who lost his parents, spouse, 13-year-old son and 14-year-old niece served in the military, he was not at home during the attack. According to the witness statements, during the attack, the family stood at the entrance to the house and was watching the battles taking place far away from home. The house was almost completely destroyed. Among the ruins were clothes, remnants of furniture and kitchen items. Their bloodstains were everywhere in the house where peaceful civilians had been killed.
His wife.
Another bulldozer was visible.
Joshua Curran, international criminal law barrister, said he saw the ruins when he looked around at what used to be the center of Fizuli city. He visited the graveyards. The gravestones were broken and turned upside down. He was at the city outskirts and saw the remnants of bridges and city hospital. From this place he could see Karaköpek Tepe, which is a great historical and archaeological significance, but due to mine threat he could not explore that place thoroughly.
A site of important history.
The report assessing relevant aspects of criminal and humanitarian law expects the reaction of international organizations.
That was all for today. Thank you for being with us. Goodbye.